Look at what I've gotten myself into. I bought a collector's bike thinking I could ride it like a great bike. So now here I am spending more money on it, making it better. So let's get into everything that I bought. All this stuff was off of Planet BMX. First thing I had to buy was a pair of Skyway Tuff wheels. They are the second ones for those who really gotta know. These are the graphite reinforced ones as well. I bought these because they are incredibly lighter than the steel mags that came on the bike. This is my first set of Tuffs, and I really like them. They're still USA built, even though Skyway was sold to another company pretty recently. But they're still cranking the Tuff wheels out, and that's good to see. I selected a 16-tooth freewheel to go with it, and I'm still not sure what brand it is, but regardless, it seems to be fine. The next thing that needed fixing was my cranks. They were pretty well bent, and I mean bad bent. I still don't know how I managed to do it. I'm thinking it could have been from landing flat on a couple jumps, but when I found out about them, it was from this deal right here.
You got a kickstart because you got dirt tread on and a really high sprocket? Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's been too long. Let's do it again. Just bring the camera over. Bring the camera over. Alright, so a little more strength training. I didn't even complete the drop, and I just want you guys to look at the cranks. Something tells me, let's even get an overhead on that, will we? That doesn't look too good, does it, guys? That's not straight. I just bent the cranks.
Just doing that? Yeah.
Great.
I think you need strong.
We'll get back to fixing the cranks in a second. The other thing that I wanted to do was to swap out the seats. The seat on this bike, although there wasn't anything wrong with it, just didn't match the color scheme that I wanted to go for. So I took apart the seat, swapped the guts on it, and put it in this brand new SE Blitz seat. This seat is supposed to emulate an Elena lightning bolt seat from the early 80s. Now back to switching out the cranks. This took forever. I probably spent at least an hour on it alone. I hate working on one-piece cranks, they're such a pain. They always manage to get loose and bend. If I had the choice, I would put 3-piece cranks on this bike in a second. But money does have its limitations. Upon further inspection of this bottom bracket, it didn't surprise me at all when I opened it up and there was little to no grease in there. That is a common occurrence with Pacific Cycle bikes. I'm debating as well to put a sealed bottom bracket in it, but we'll see how that goes. If not, I might be able to find the one-piece bottom bracket covers that they used to have in the 80s. They were made out of rubber. They stopped like dirt and dust from getting in there. After getting it all apart, you can see the really bent crank here, and still really don't know how I did it. The cranks that I ended up swapping onto the bike were a really old part of mine that I actually had on the first Mongoose I ever bought, and those cranks are about 7 years old, and in the time that I rode them, they never bent once, and I really don't know what they're made out of. I'm assuming steel, but they did a good job with it, so that's what's going on this bike now. So had you watched my last video on me riding this bike, you would have saw that I managed to snap one of the pedals, and I wanted to get better pedals for the bike. So I purchased some Shimano DX pedals, and what came in the mail was a pair of Odyssey triple traps. There's definitely no harm in that. These pedals are really nice. They really do grip your feet. I am pretty afraid though of what would happen if I managed to slip one. Knock on wood, but we'll see what happens. After I got the pedals on, I decided to swap out the grips on it because I wanted some blue Amy's instead of black ones. And this is the finished product after all those parts. I did switch out the stem on the bike because when I opened that up, I realized that was stripped out. And so far, I can really say that I dig this bike. After the parts, it rides really good.
Oh,
So,
that was
thank you guys
good.
for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more to come.